Hey guys, Mike here. In this video, I'm going to explain why the Martial Master Chi Adept is probably one of the most essential roles on any A team or elite team. So the first reason why I think Martial Master Chi Adept is pretty much essential for any optimized elite Fire Emblem Engage team is because the Martial Master allows you to chain guard. Now, I know when everybody started playing Engage and everybody tried out chain guard, everybody's like, this is nice, but it's, the problem with chain guard is that you have to heal after, right? And to heal, you have to spend another turn to actually heal up. So, you can't like chain guard every turn, right? But I'm going to explain later on in the video why that's not such a big problem. But first, I want to go over the benefits, right, of chain guard. So chain guard obviously allows you to block a attack. It's 100% guaranteed to block any incoming attack that the enemy targets with you on enemy phase. So if you're protecting a unit, that unit will be protected from that attack, and your chain guard or your Chi Adept will take, I believe it's 10% damage, right? So, why that's good is because what most people will do on enemy phase, okay, this is what intermediate people will do on enemy phase. They will put a unit in front in range of the enemy that will do decent damage to the enemy on the counterattack, right? But it's probably not the best DPS or the best offensive enemy that they can put. So for example, they might put a Great Knight or a General, because the Great Knight or the General has pretty good defense and they will be able to take a hit, but maybe their Great Knight or their General isn't optimized for damage. So, they'll, they won't chain guard the General, right? The General will just take the damage and get in a decent counterattack. But the advanced players, when they're trying to, optimize their play, they're trying to do as much damage as possible on enemy phase. So what you can do is, instead of putting, kind of an intermediate or kind of an average enemy phase unit like a General or a Great Knight in range, or even a hero, then what you can do is put a high DPS unit, or just someone is going to kill the enemy that's going to approach you and attack you. So you put a high DPS unit that, even if they get doubled, or normally they would just take so much damage, you just protect it with the chain guard. And the objective of doing that is that by sacrificing that 10% HP on your Chi guard unit, you are trying to guarantee the kill on the enemy phase, right? And that's so valuable because if you can decrease the number of units, decrease the number of enemy units on the next player phase, that just makes your next player phase so much easier, right? Rather than, it's still good to get chip damage. I like to think of each enemy unit having 2 hearts, right? Or 2 points of life. If you can get 1 point of life, just by chipping the unit and just doing some damage on them, that's pretty good. But what's even better is if you one-shot the unit and you take out 2 points of their life and you just fully destroy that unit. Then that's like 2 turns potentially that you are saving on the next player phase. And Chi Guard allows you to do that because Chain Guard allows you to pick any of your units that you feel can actually kill the enemy unit that's approaching you, and all you have to do is just take 10% damage, and that's totally fine. You can also use Chain Guard more defensively, where if a Thoron mage is going to attack you, but there's just no way you can counterattack it, then you can kind of really diminish the amount of damage that Thoron mage would do on you by just chain guarding. So that's a more defensive way of using chain guard. And the next reason why the Chi Adept is so powerful is because the Chi Adept can use Lucina and her Bonded Shield here. And the trigger for Bonded Shield is 100%. So that's like a chain guard, but without taking the damage, and by protecting all 4 adjacent units. That's insanely strong. That also doubles down on the first point, where you're getting tons of enemy phase damage. So not only are you, not only is it just being applied to one unit, because normally a chain guard, it's only one instance, right? It can only protect from one attack, but a bonded shield can protect all the attacks for all the units that attack. So if an enemy is approaching your front line and they're going to attack all your bonded shield units, then that's like, sometimes that's up to like 12 attacks that you are totally protected from, and that's insanely strong, and it's guaranteed. And again, it goes to the first point, because you're being protected by those 12 attacks, you are essentially dealing out essentially 12 turns worth of damage on enemy phase, and that's the DPS output from that perspective is incredibly good, and that will trivialize a lot of maps, because if you can get one nice enemy phase in, usually that will make the map easy enough that you can clear it pretty easily if you can get like one to two good enemy phases in. The thing is though, bonded shield, you can use it for 3 turns and maybe even up to 4 turns if you upgrade Lucina, right? So if you can do that for 4 enemy phases and have those bonded shields, so 4 times, and say you got attacked like 10 times on each enemy phase, 10 times 4, that's 40. That's 40 instances of enemy phase damage that you can do to the enemy because you're being protected by your Chi Adept with the bonded shield. So there's insane value there. And granted, you have to be engaged to use bonded shield, and that's not a big deal, because you just use it, and then once it's over, you just revert back to Chi guarding until you can get bonded shield back up. And another reason why this is so strong is because the Chi Adepts can use the flashing fist art. Now the flashing fist art, if you initiate combat, you can attack twice, so it's sort of like a brave effect, right? But the thing about the flashing fist art is that when you initiate combat, you get +5 speed, so you're pretty much reliably doubling any mage, any thunder mage, you're definitely going to double. And then the Elfire or the Elwind mages, you can definitely double those as well. You can pretty easily double them. So that's you're building 4 meter on that. So actually, if you don't even kill the mage and you let them counterattack you, then you'll get another meter on that. So if you're hitting 4 times, because it's 2 and you're following up, so that's 2 times 2, that's 4 hits, so that's 4 meter. And then if you're getting hit on the counterattack, that's another meter you're getting, so that's 5 meter you can build just by attacking one mage if you're able to get all 4 attacks. If you're able to just kill them, it's a reliable 2 meter as well. So building that meter and getting bonded shield back up from Lucina is incredibly easy. And that just snowballs, right? If you have bonded shield up for the majority of the whole map, then like I said, it goes back to the first point, getting that enemy phase damage, getting those 40 attacks on enemy phase, those 10 attacks on enemy phase that allow you to do damage on enemy phase, it just makes the map so much easier. And for me, when I was playing my female only playthrough, like I actually didn't have a Chi Adept for the first 10 to 15 maps, I would say. And I was like, damn, I really wish I had a Chi Adept right now. There's just so many situations that came up where I was like, damn, I really wish I had a Chi Adept right now. Damn, I really wish I had a Chi Adept in this situation. Or damn, I really wanted a Chi Adept in this situation. So this is one major reason why I believe Chi Adept is almost essential for any elite team. I don't think you need more than one Chi Adept. I think one Chi Adept is totally fine, but at least one. Another way you can make your Chi Adept really strong is to just put Holdout from Roy and inherit that skill and put it on your Chi Adept, because if for any reason your Chi Adept gets attacked, then at least they won't die, right? Because sometimes, in certain formations and certain arrangements, you may want to put your Chi Adept in range of the enemy, and if you at least have Holdout, then it's highly probable that they can take at least 2, maybe even 3 attacks. And Chi Adept speed is pretty good, so you might dodge one attack that way, but Holdout is just a nice insurance. And I find for Chi Adepts, like, they gain, you'll have a ton of SP, and there's really nothing that you really want to spend it on. So I find Holdout is actually a pretty good skill for Chi Adepts, because like I said, it doesn't matter if they attack them, then they'll just survive basically, and you'll live to fight for another player phase. So it's just a bonus. It's just a way to make your Chi Adept even stronger, I would say. And then going back to the very beginning, where the biggest complaint that people have with Chi Adepts is that even though you take that 10% HP damage from the enemy by doing chain guard, that's really not a problem. One thing you can do is just get quality time plus, and you'll guaranteed have quality time plus on whoever's using Corrin. And then you just use quality time to get that tiny heal to top off your chi adept so their health is back to 100% so that they can chain guard again. And you can do that every turn, right? Of course, you can always use a heal staff. That's another guaranteed way to top off your chi adept. But I find I don't like to waste a heal staff just to top off my chi adept. So I find quality time is an insanely good way to do it. Another way to do it is also to make sure your chi adept is waiting by Sadal within 2 squares when you end player phase, because Sadal here, he has Curious Dance, which is his personal skill, which recovers 10% of their max HP. So, that's another way to top off your chi adept. So I find the combination of Sadal with his Curious Dance plus quality time on Corrin, whoever has Corrin, it's a nice way to top off your chi adept so they're ready to chain guard for the next turn, and it's always online, basically. It's always ready to be used. And that's one thing, it's a little bit more advanced where you have to place your units properly in order to top off your chi adept consistently. But I think that's, something good to strive for if you're trying to get better at the game, where you're always placing your units properly so you're always topping off the health of your chi adept. And another thing you can do too is you can actually inherit quality time on someone who's not using Corrin, right? So that means you have 2 quality times on 2 units, and you just have more options to actually top off your chi adept when they need that health so that they can get ready for their next chain guard. And so that combination of 2 quality time units plus Sadal with his Curious Dance, you really only have to inherit quality time once, right? Because whoever's using Corrin already has quality time. Sadal already has Curious Dance, so you're just inheriting quality time. Quality time is insanely cheap to get as well, so it's really easy to pick up, and you can just pick it up on any unit that's really has nothing else to spend their SP on. So I find that's a good choice. And like I said, the combination of all these techniques are incredibly easy to top off your chi adept's health so that they're always ready to chain guard. Anyways, all these 5 points are the main reason why I think chi adepts are absolutely crucial to any highly optimized endgame ultimate team in Fire Emblem Engage. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and thanks for watching.